It's going. Where's Ms.Cass? I'm glad you asked. Hey, Chicago.
Introduced to Cassandra, aka the Dream Team.
Happy Friday. So, guys, I am here with Ms.Cass at one of the beautiful properties in Woodlawn. We are actually on market. How are the condos? Is a condo a good purchase?
Yeah, that's not the way to go.
Don't do it. That is not. Hello. Where's Ms.Cass? I'm glad you asked. Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Ms.Cass, principal broker of the Aspire Group, powered by Exit Strategy Realty, your neighborhood realtor, investor, and educator. Heavy on the education, connecting you and creating cash flow in the community through real estate. I know it's lunchtime for a lot of people. Some people are already checked out and getting ready to go home, but I had to come to you. We had to stop in to, first of all, say happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I am so excited to have this person on my page in my studio, none other than Leonard Pollard of Movement Mortgage. We got some good stuff coming to you all, and we thought you may have missed a couple of our invites, so we're here in person to give you those invites. LP, take the stage and introduce yourself.
Hey, good afternoon, Ms. Cass. Thanks for having me today. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm very excited about what's coming up here with the session that Ms. Cass has asked me to join to give you guys the blueprint that you may need in order to prepare yourselves for what we call being mortgage ready, acquiring real estate, whether it be credit challenges or asset challenges or even income challenges, right? There are several ways to build a mortgage loan that specifically will help you check off all your boxes and exceed your expectations when it comes to embarking on the home ownership journey. And I'm uber excited about this because, like my sister, Ms. Cass, I am all about education, right? They didn't give us the textbooks. Our forefathers didn't leave us with the trust funds, but we are here to bring you guys not only the information, but the products, the conversations, the knowledge, right? Whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. Once you embrace the fact that you can be a homeowner, that's the hardest struggle. You have the professionals in myself and Ms. Cass, and I treat Ms. Cass as a friend, as a sister. I mean, for Christ's sake, she was at my wedding. So I'm so excited to be able to sit in a room with another community activist, educator, realtor, all of these great things, and gives you guys this information in terms that you can understand.
I love it. And it's been interesting to see the market for a lot of buyers, right? So I know that people, and you know this firsthand, LP, people are asking themselves, should they even buy right now? Is it a good time to buy? What would you say to that? And then we're going to talk a little bit about our upcoming event that really is a no-brainer for people that are looking to own. And when we say home ownership, we don't mean that you have to own a home. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. The products that Leonard has allows you the ability to take that same loan that you would buy one door with and buy up to 4 doors if you qualify. You want to talk a little bit about the market and what you're seeing and why buyers should still be buying in this market?
Absolutely, Ms. Cass. I'm so glad you asked that question because I answer it every day. Rate is a very sensitive topic right now. Everyone's looking at rates. A lot of people are waiting on rates. And my response to that, although I'm biased as a loan officer, is it's always the right time to buy. Okay. I mean, rates today may be different tomorrow. They may be higher. They may be lower. They may be the same. But what I tell buyers as a loan officer and an educator is that buy something. right? And I think the goal is for us to own real estate. And for some of us, have a real estate portfolio. So for those of you out there who are watching, who are either owners already or looking to become owners, taking advantage of the several programs we have here at Movement Mortgage to acquire properties and be able to keep some of your liquidity in the bank using the several down payment assistance programs that we have can definitely set you up to get into that home or that building or that townhome or that condo, right? With little to no money out of pocket. And everybody's situation will be different. But I take a lot of pride in, again, sitting down with you, developing your blueprint, understanding your story, your needs, your family wants, and then you get with your realtor, Ms.Cass, and you get out there and you find that property. And we couple that with the perfect mortgage product to, again, attain all your goals and check off all of your boxes. So don't be discouraged. Don't be afraid. I know mortgage is an intimidating word. The documentation can be intimidating. The numbers can be intimidating. But I'm here to tell you, as a homeowner and an investor as well, I've won some, I've lost some, but I get up, I dust myself off, I revise the blueprint, and we go at it again. And that's what I want to encourage you guys to do. That's what you will get from myself and Ms. Cass, the positivity, the encouragement, and the resources, right, to get you where you need to be. Even if you have credit challenges, what we offer at Movement Mortgage, unlike many of my competitors, is an internal credit coach. And there's no cost to you as the consumer. And that's huge. Okay.
Wait a minute. Say that again. I don't think people understand the value in that. What are some of the secret weapons that Movement Mortgage has that people aren't really aware of?
The biggest one, again, is the internal credit coach. We have a licensed loan officer who I work directly with in our corporate offices, whose sole responsibility is to help those who are not quite mortgage ready devise the blueprint, put on his white gloves, and carry them through the entire process of credit restoration and or repair, and then bring them back to me when they are ready. And 9 out of 10 times, this takes much less time than a lot of us think, and it costs you nothing. So, we all know a credit repair coach or a credit coach or a credit restoration service, and they charge you, a registration fee and a monthly monitoring fee. And, you have all these tasks that you have to do, and that becomes challenging. We do it a little differently here at Movement Mortgage, right? Again, Michael will give you the blueprint and then help you execute said blueprint, because you still have to be, a husband, a father, you still have to work, you still have responsibility. So we have that program exclusively. There's really no name to it, but when I found out about it, that was one of the major things that got me really excited about Movement, because all too often we get discouraged when we're like, oh, my credit's not ready, right? So we have that tool for you, right? I can also, again, help you devise the plan to get ready when it comes to your assets or things on credit that you may need to, get rid of or stop doing so that you can become mortgage ready. So there are a lot of moving pieces. And like I said, everyone's situation is different. Mortgages are black and white today. They're not one size fits all. So I encourage you guys to register. I encourage you guys to come get the information and do what you see best with that information as it applies to you.
Wow. Internal credit coach. That alone to me is a benefit to buyers who are already looking to build that budget, right? Because if you don't have to pay somebody to help you fix your credit and pay those monthly fees in order to maintain that relationship with your credit repair person, how beneficial is that for you in terms of you being able to keep that money in your pocket while building your credit with the coach who knows that you're on your way to home purchasing, on your way to getting a loan? This is a lender who is specializing in helping people get on the right track and is a part of Leonard's team. And it's important that we talk about that, because I don't think people really understand, again, that value. Can you talk a little bit about one of your most favorite success stories in the home ownership journey? Because people don't understand, we're still transacting. People are still buying homes. We are really helping to dispel those myths and to minimize and eliminate that fear by giving people education. Because with education, you can truly be empowered. You have a favorite success story that you'd like to share to encourage somebody out there today?
Absolutely, Cass. There is a slide that we're going to share with you guys shortly. There's a program we have called Movement Boost, which gives first-time home buyers. And guess what? You don't necessarily have to be a first-time home buyer. As long as you don't have a mortgage interest within the past 3 years, you qualify. But Movement Boost is either 3.5% or 5% of the purchase price. Okay, that we give you as a very small repayable second mortgage. You know, on a $200,000 purchase, that's a $10,000 movement boost that comes in the form of a second mortgage. The payments are right under about $90, but that $10,000 will not only cover your 3.5% down payment requirement, it will also leave an additional 1.5% to apply towards your closing costs. Okay, that is huge. I had a young lady last April, moving too fast, but this April, who I pre-approved her. She got her tax refund. She blew her tax refund. Her credit scores dropped from a 623 to a 598. And the minimum score required then for Movement Boost was 620. We've since dropped that to 600. Okay. But while working with her, I introduced her to our internal credit coach. She borrowed some money from her brother. She went through the credit coaching plan. And in 3 weeks, we had a 631 credit score. She got that Movement Boost grant and she closed on her 2-unit building. Now, mind you, this young lady's checking account was a negative $32 when we started, and her credit score was 598. So let me stress again, as I said earlier, you do not need to have perfect credit. You do not need to have a lot of money in the bank. Okay. And as we're going through what I like to call discovery and building your blueprint to become mortgage ready, we will go through all of these things and I'll give you options again. So it's not one size fits all, right? You can go this way, you can go that way, you can go this way, and you can take that information and do with it as you see fit.
I love it. I love it. I think that people need to hear that. And while you don't have to have money in the bank, of course, we want you to have a budget, right? Because your budget will help you with those oopsies that might come up. But what Leonard is saying is don't let that be the reason why you don't explore your opportunity for ownership, because we have solutions. If you have a problem, we have a solution. That's really what we do. We pride ourselves in creating solutions. And to his point, not everybody's going to have the same interests. Everybody's not going to want the same type of property. Everybody's financial income is going to be different. Your family makeup is going to be different. Trust me, we have seen and helped all. We are equal opportunity real estate professionals. We see and help all. I wanted to share a personal story about a buyer that I recently had. And this is in no way, let me just be clear. We're talking about buyers in general. So Leonard may or may not have assisted that buyer. I may or may not have assisted his buyer. But what we're doing is we want you to understand the dynamics of people that have decided to say yes to ownership. One of my most recent buyers, I posted recently about him, and he gave me permission to share his story because it is so dynamic. One of my most recent buyers was a 10-year addict. This was a man who was addicted to the streets. The streets took him over. He got addicted to drugs. He was addicted for 10 years. This man now is an owner of not a single family home, but a multi-family home on the south side of Chicago. And now he's providing housing to a tenant and collecting rental income when he was not too long ago, didn't even have a place to stay or a roof over his head. But the thing about him is he never gave up. He listened, he trusted that process, and he was able to purchase his own 2-flat and collect rental income. And to me, if that is not inspiring, I don't know what is. I talk about him all the time. He stays near me. He's extremely, extremely passionate about being able to be in a position to give someone else housing because he went without, and now he understands the value. So I want you all to understand that people from all walks of life are saying yes to ownership. Don't feel like this might not be your season. And maybe you got some cleaning up that you have to do, but don't let that stop you from getting the information and the tools and resources that you need. Leonard, did you want to share did you want me to share your flyer? Did you want to go a little bit over that?
Yes, please.
Okay. So as I'm bringing this up, can you explain what we are getting ready to share with our lovely audience?
So this is a one-pager in regards to the Movement Boost program. It's an FHA product. It's for one door or two doors, so a single family or 2 units, or a duplex, as you may call it. But it does highlight there again that it's an FHA product. It covers your 3.5% down payment, plus an additional 1.5% towards closing costs. And the minimum credit score requirement has just been reduced to 600. And the maximum debt to income ratio allowed on this, get this, is 56.99.
Wow.
So a 600 score, 3.5% down, which Movement Boost will cover. And your debt to income ratio could go as high as 56.99 on a single family, a 2-unit condo or townhome. So this product is very attractive. And I don't want to get too much into Mrs. Cass's lane, but I know she's good at what she does when it comes to communicating and representing her sellers. So I can tell you from experience, when I've combined Movement Boost with a motivated seller, right? And Ms. Cass knows what I mean when I say that, and I'll let her touch on that. We have buyers leaving the closing table with keys and no money out of pocket. And that's how you win in this real estate.
Absolutely important and very strategic. I don't know if they understand how important that debt to income ratio is. So can you give a typical debt to income ratio so people can truly understand the value of this product?
Absolutely. You know, the standard guidelines say that everyone should be able to afford 28% of their gross monthly income as a housing expense. And I'll be brutally honest with you, as a homeowner, right? If you make $4,000 a month, 28% of that is $1,120, right? That's pretty low. I don't even know if you could rent much of anything that's nice in some areas for that amount of money, right? But when we say 56.99, that's more than half of that $4,000 a month. That could be your qualifying mortgage payment and other expenses, right? So everyone's case is different, you know, car loans, student loans, credit cards. And again, we'll discuss those things case by case. But if you were simply looking at your housing expense as compared to your income, okay, 56.99% of 4,000, which is 48,000 a year, is $2,200, which is a nice home or 2-unit building in a lot of areas of Illinois. So just to give you an idea, every lender is going to be different. Every lender is going to have overlays on that debt to income ratio, right? And when a lender comes to you and says, oh, well, our maximum debt to income ratio is 50%. Well, in this case, half of 4,000 is 2,000. 56% is 2,240. Well, $240 more a month to use in qualifying income could be the difference between that house you love and that house you're thinking about. So a lot of moving pieces with that. And again, we could dive deep case by case, but just wanted to give you guys the gist of it in terms you could understand.
Thank you for explaining that. And just seeing this, my wheels are spinning, right? I'm thinking of buyers who decided to tap out because maybe they didn't understand the products that they were using, or maybe the lender didn't have the right product for them. This is a great opportunity to have those buyers. If you're a buyer that was on the market at any point and your financial situation has not changed, perhaps you took a step back because you weren't sure if you were ready. Perhaps you stopped because you didn't know about down payment assistance programs, or perhaps you and your realtor partner at the time, couldn't see eye to eye. This is a great event for you to come out and just learn what Leonard has to offer, learn about my services and what my team does in terms of helping you find the property that makes the most sense. Just really understanding the strategy, because everybody's going to be different. I want to talk a little bit about the event, and then we're going to give you that time back in your calendars. We just wanted to pop in because we didn't know if you all understood the impact of this event that's happening October the 19th. Right at B Branch Library at 36th and State. The reason why I selected this library is because it's close to the red line. It's not too far from a green line. It's close to public transportation. The 29 State Street bus lets you off right in front of the library. So if you don't have transportation, you can get on public transportation and get to that library so that you can soak up all of this knowledge. We have totally eliminated every excuse and every barrier. You don't have down payment assistance, we have it. You need to get your credit fixed, we have an in-house credit coach. These are things that we hear on a constant basis. So October the 19th, that's a Saturday. That's next Saturday, not this Saturday. Next Saturday. I even chose the middle of the day so you could take your time waking up, get the kids ready, take them to their camp, go and have breakfast with your boo. Come and meet us at B Branch Library, Saturday, October the 19th at 1. And just sit down and listen to the products, listen to our services, listen to us talk about how we can help you build your strategy so that you can too join the ownership family. Leonard, did you want to say anything in closing? I'm going to put the link at the bottom for you all to register. It's really easy for you to register. So there's the link. I'm going to leave that up. If you have questions, you can feel free to reach out to me, or you can reach out to Leonard to say, hey, I saw that. I didn't catch the link. I couldn't get it. It's on our social media platforms as well. Again, we are removing all excuses. So now we need you to get out of your own way so that you can meet us next Saturday.
Absolutely.
Leonard?
In closing, I just want to say, stay encouraged, stay motivated, and understand that you get much more than a loan officer and a realtor with this team. Okay, truly passionate about helping our community move the stakes forward when it comes to creating the legacies and the generational wealth we all yearn for through real estate. So I'm excited to share the information, to give you the information, and to be that advocate for you.
Yes. So meet us. Don't beat us. Don't meet us. Next Saturday, October the 19th. Again, visit our Facebook pages. This information is all over our social media. It's all over my LinkedIn. Leonard has shared it on his social media platforms. Register. Bring somebody that you think deserves to hear this information and make this a family affair. It's going to be Sweetest Day coming up. Bring your boo out so you can talk about ownership together. Because I don't want a purse. I want deeds and titles. That's what I want for Sweetest Day. Bring your spouse out, bring your fiance out, bring your significant other out, and just sit down and grab this information, you all, because honestly, the information is here. The education is here. We're putting it back on you. We hope to see you next Saturday, October the 19th, B Branch Library. That's located 36th and State. No problem if you have a car. B Branch Library has its own designated parking lot. Again, no excuse. This is a free event. We hope to see you next Saturday, you all. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Be blessed. LP, you want to close us out?
Thank you, everyone. And as Ms.Cass said, enjoy the rest of your day. Make it a great day if it hasn't been, and stay blessed.
That's it. Peace out.
Thanks, Cass.
You're welcome. Have a good one, everybody.